Hey everyone, Samantha here. In today's video, I'm going to be taking these 3 wooden yo-yos and turning them into the 3 starter Pokemon. That's right, we are gonna have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, all in yo-yo form. Now this idea actually came from one of you guys, one of my subscribers. I asked in my art haul video what I should be doing with some of the projects, and one of the comments of that video said you wanted to see the starter Pokemon on these yo-yos. So I was like, psh, I like Pokemon, let's go ahead and do it. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Without further ado, let's jump in and get started. So I have my 3 yo-yos here. As you can see, they were only £1 from the works. They're wooden yo-yos. I'm just gonna open them quickly here, get them out of their packaging. So there are 3 yo-yos. They look really smooth. I say they look, I'm feeling them. They feel very smooth as well. Let me just, yes, yo-yos. String. Perfect. Looks so cool. Look at that. Okay, just rewrap that a bit. So these are a bit smoother than what I thought they would be, which is great. You know, our paint's gonna be able to stick to them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and rough them up just a little bit with some sandpaper before I move on to the next step. What I had the pad there for. Really helped keep the sand on the table. Okay, so now that these are all sanded down, our next step is to add some gesso. And the gesso is just gonna make our surface a little bit easier for our paints. I mean, the sanding helped as well, but this will do an even better job. So I'm gonna gesso each and every one of these yo-yos. So now that all of our yo-yos are gessoed, the next thing that I need to do is put the design that I want for each and every yo-yo onto the yo-yo itself. And the designs that I have in mind, like I said, are the 3 starter Pokemons, but we're going to be doing it a little simple. I actually pinned this photo on Pinterest a while back ago because I love making pillows. As you can see behind me, there's the Doctor Who and Sherlock pillow that I made. And so I pinned this photo of the starter Pokemon because I thought they would be a nice gift, or at least like a good little fun project for me to do whenever I had time to. Haven't had time to do it yet, so we're gonna do the next best thing and put them on the yo-yos here. So I've already sketched these out onto my sketchbook. Even though I have a picture reference from Pinterest to use, I wanted to go ahead and see how they would look in a round form. So here is the sketch that I have already done. As you can see, we have 2 different sides. This is going to be the front side of the yo-yo, the back side. I did a couple of different little designs over here until I figured out which ones I wanted. Again, they're very simple, which is kind of what you want in a project like this. I mean, we're working with tiny yo-yos after all. So we want to be able to kind of do something that's nice, that looks really good, but also that's just going to be easy for us to paint on the yo-yo as well. So yeah, I'm in love with these designs. I think they look great. Let me get to sketching them out onto the yo-yos themselves. Hold on, I forgot. Along with my drawing, I have this hat that my husband got when we were in Texas. And I mean, look at it. It has like all of the starter Pokemon and Pikachu on it. So it's like perfect for us to just have off to the side and use as we're kind of making all of them. So let's see. I think having this as well just also looks nice too. All right, so Bulbasaur has more of like, I don't know, these type of straight eyes. And hey, voiceover Sam here. So while I was drawing these characters, I realized that I had them closed mouth before, but as I was drawing them, as I was looking at the hat, I really was loving the open mouth. So I decided to do Bulbasaur and Charmander with the open mouth and keep Squirtle very similar to the drawing that you see off to the left there with a kind of a closed mouth. And then on the back side, I didn't change anything here, so what you see on the sketches is what I got. I really was loving just being able to kind of freehand and sketch this out. All right, so now that I have both the front and the backs of the yo-yos sketched out, now it's the fun part. It's the painting part. Yay! So excited. Okay, so let's start with Bulbasaur. Come here, Bulbasaur. Start with you. Put this hat on. For this, I'm going to be using Arteza's Arts and Crafts paint. I've used this before. I don't know where I'm still holding this water. I need to just, let me set it down there. So for this project, I'm going to be using Arteza's Arts and Crafts paint. I've used them before, love them. They're really great. Let me get all of the colors that we need out. All right, so now that our paints are all out, let's get to painting Mr. Bulbasaur here. As you can see, we're gonna go for like a lighter type of tone. Let me take this hat off. So we want like a lightish kind of bluish greenish color for Mr. Bulbasaur here. Does anybody else just love watching paint be mixed? I know I do. And once I was happy with the color that I got for Bulbasaur, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to start on the front, so I just went ahead and just tried it on the back. But it really came out really well. Like the green color that I mixed, I was pretty happy with. So then I moved on to the darker greens, which was super easy, and that was when I realized that yo-yos are very hard to dry. Like you see me doing a second coat here, but as I was doing the second coat, I was like, this isn't gonna dry in time for me to, flip it over and do the other side. And I didn't want to just be sitting and waiting for yo-yo to dry. So I decided to just move on to the next yo-yo. So from here on out, you're going to be seeing me switch between yo-yos and stuff like that, which, wasn't ideal, but hey ho, here's how it goes. So you might have noticed in my sketch that Charmander, the back of him is like a peachy type of orange. And the reason for that is because his stomach is like this peachy type of orange. And I wanted a way for like his tail to stand out. So that's why I decided to go with like this peachy orange. I know that's not what his back is usually, but I thought it was cool just to have those two different colors. And I think it came out really well. So I went back to Bulbasaur for whatever reason. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and paint him all and then, be good for the front. But then I'm like, oh, now I have to wait for that to dry. So on to Squirtle. Hi, Squirtle. And this is where I really got into the mixing of things because I wanted a turtle shell brown for him, but it was really hard to get that. So I had to like mix lots of paint together. Eventually I was like, I hope that looks okay. And it actually turned out really, really well when I actually put it on there. Like I was super happy with the brown that I got. And then the blue was super easy for Squirtle because I just used the blue that kind of came with it. I whitened it up just a little bit, but the blue that I had in my Arteza craft kit was a pretty good Squirtle blue already. And back over to Charmander here, decided to do the good thing and not paint everything on his face, so then I could get straight to the eyes. Look at me learning as I'm going along. I had so much brown from Squirtle's shell. Honestly, like I ended up just using the brown in a sketchbook just so it didn't go to waste. But gosh, I mixed so much brown there. Anyways, finally Bulbasaur was ready to be painted, so I was able to do a little bit of his details. And Bulbasaur really started to come together when I painted his red eyes. Like, just look at that. And I'm really happy that I decided to draw them with open mouths. So mixing a darker red, I was able to put that kind of in the back of the mouths. And I really, really think that gives them both character, both Bulbasaur and Charmander. All right, now for the front of Squirtle. And how good was I? I did Charmander right. I did it. And I went back to the same thing for Squirtle and had to wait for the whole of the Squirtle yo-yo to dry. Sometimes I just don't learn. But hey, it turned out okay because then Edward came and he hung out with me for a little bit while I was doing some second coats on Bulbasaur and was just really, really happy to kind of be in and around him watching me for a bit. And I really enjoyed that. So anyways, going back through, doing a couple more coats on the Bulbasaur and then working on the finer details, getting those pink tongues in, and then going to work on the whites of the Pokemon. Okay, so we are nearly done. I'm really happy with how they're turning out. So the backs of them have been getting kind of icky as I've been working on the front so much. So I'll go ahead and I'll clean up the backs off camera. But before I do that, I'm gonna do some of the final details, which I'm super excited for. I'm actually gonna be using this. Yeah, I'm gonna be using a Posca pen for the first time. A Posca pen? Posca marker? I don't know, everybody uses this thing. I've never used it before, so I'm super excited to see how this works, especially because we have some really kind of small spaces that we need to get in there. How do we use this? It was a white tip. Now it's black. Okay, I think we can use it now. It really feels just like a black Sharpie. Like, what? It's so much easier than actually just going through with black paint. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's looking so good. So satisfying, this pen is. This worked so freaking well. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna go clean this up off camera and I'll show you the final reveal. In 3, 2, 1. And here they are all done, and I absolutely love how they turned out. I mean, just look at those faces. Like, he's looking at him, he's looking at him. Oh, they just look so happy and so good. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how these turn out, and the yo-yo still pretty well too. Yo, hey, not too shabby. Figure out that yo-yo thing later, because right now these are going to be sent away to a good friend of mine who absolutely loves Pokemon, and I can't wait to see their face when they open this packet of yo-yos that I custom made for them. Did they know that I was custom making it for them? No, but hopefully they'll appreciate it. So anyways, let me know down in the comments below which 3 of these Pokemon were your favorite. I would love to know what you think, and let me know if you'd like to see me do yo-yos some more. Maybe I could do some Rick and Morty characters, some Dragon Tales characters. I don't even know, okay? Like, I could paint faces on yo-yos again. I really enjoyed this little project. Let me know down in the comments below what I should do next. And while you're down there putting your comment, be sure to do all those other things on YouTube that I know you know how to do in 2021. And remember, the door is always open for imagination and creativity. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye! Squirtle, Squirtle. Charmander! Bulbasaur!